game, that Mario baseball game that was on my TV that I was watching, at Star Child on my computer, video game, they had that game and it was fun.
Okay. Hey guys. So we're gonna do a quick live Q&A. Well, I have some time. For those of you that are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. What are you doing? You almost finished? Okay. Hi. So for those that were not on the live this morning, I announced the live private interactive webinar that I have coming up on October the 20th. That webinar is going to be, like I said, it's a private webinar. It won't be available on YouTube. The webinar itself is all about hair care. So we're going to talk about different things like porosity, that kind of stuff. And we'll also have a private Q&A session at the end for the participants in that webinar. So for those of you who've already signed up, which is an overwhelming response, thank you, by the way. Thank you so much. Like I was saying earlier this morning, that webinar is limited access. And it is $47 for the first 50 people. I can tell you right now, I'm halfway there. And that was from just announcing it this morning. So it's $47 for that live Q&A. Well, live Q&A. It's a live webinar. And it's with me. I'm hosting it, 100% Crystal. I won't be inviting anyone else. So this is really for those who couldn't make it to the Boss Babe Beauty Brunch. So I'm doing it as a webinar because I have so many people in so many different places, including international. That's the reason why I did it for the live stream way. But it won't be live stream on YouTube. This is going to be 100% private. So for those of you who have never been comfortable with asking me questions on my Q&As, or maybe you just want more detailed information instead of having to watch 800 of my videos, then this webinar is definitely for you. Thank you, Simone. Someone did ask, would I still be doing my Q&As, which I will still be doing the Q&As, yes. But it's kind of going to be a little more limited because I have so much information that I'm giving during the webinar. Like I'm giving my entire being for my webinar. But I will still be doing my Q&As. That's not going to change. I'll still be doing that. But like I said, the webinar is the way to go. It is absolutely the way to go. Can you tell me if the growth oil without CBD can be used on children younger than 2? So children younger than 2 really don't even need anything. So I wouldn't even be using that on your child at only 2 or younger than 2 years old. If it's your child or someone else, whomever, I wouldn't use any of those products on that age because that hair is going to change constant and you can actually hinder that. So let the process just take its place. That's a baby. So there's really nothing that's absolutely required at this point. Will you be doing other webinars? What is it? Hold on. Sorry. I'm cooking at the same time, by the way. Will you be doing other webinars? That's my son's birthday. I will be doing more, possibly coming up, but this one I'm really focused on because this is the first one that I'm doing as a webinar interactive with all of my my peeps. Adriana and Alex, put the clothes in the dryer, please. Yes. Yeah, I'll charge it later. So yes, I will offer another webinar. Here's the thing with the webinar too, and I'm not taking away from your son's birthday by any means when I say this. With the webinar, while it is, Adriana, go get my charger, please. While it is something that you should definitely watch, you'll be able to listen in as well for those of you that might be at work It is on a Sunday, so it is a Sunday, and it's from 1 to 4. It's a 3-hour webinar, 100% private, so you won't be encased with YouTube where I'm posting it publicly. This won't be available to be posted publicly, nor will it be available for replay. So keep that in mind too. Oh. What would you recommend for thinning hair on the top? Oils, conditioners, etc. So our Goddess Hair Repair Serum is perfect for that. And then if you're CBD sensitive or maybe your job warns you against it, whatever the case may be, even though it's non-THC CBD, you can still use our growth elixir, which still has it has benefits to it, but the Goddess Serum is the number one of all the babies, okay? Like 100% number one. Hold on, guys. As soon as I wipe my hand off, then I'll be able to look at the questions that just came in. Plug it over there. Okay. Give me the oil out of the closet, please. Hello. The closet over there. Give me 1 second, guys. If you're asking questions, you can go ahead and type them in. I'll be glad to answer them in just a second. That's it? Yeah. Where's the ketchup? Give me ketchup from over there, please. All right, so let me go back to my questions, and then I'll be able to see them. Sorry, I'm seasoning up meat. I'm doing all kinds of stuff right now. All right, hi Crystal. I have your strengthening shampoo, conditioner, Goddess Serum, and flat iron. My hair feels so soft. Today I ordered the vitamins and frizz tamer. I'm all set. That is awesome. Thank you, Roberta. So Tyra says she has tons of questions. Okay, Tyra, you'd be perfect for the webinar, by the way. So I definitely sign up if I were you. I definitely sign up for the webinar if I were you, yeah. That's where I'm gonna give all the deets. What is high pox and low pox? I don't know anything about either. So Vivian, that's definitely something that we're going to talk about on the webinar. That's high porosity and low porosity. But I'm going to go into real detail. We're going to talk about porosity testing. We're actually going to be doing some porosity testing. All of that. Alex,
Yes, ma'am.
you drink some water, please.
Okay, water, please.
Yes. What would you recommend for thin hair? Yes, go ahead.
The cups are there. Thank you.
I have hair as yours and kind of balding at the top due to ponytails, but it's been growing back. What is a good regimen you suggest? Typically, you want to do every 2 weeks. That's really important just to make sure that you have a regimen that makes sense. Every 2 weeks is really important. Making sure that you are shampooing and conditioning is very important, and making sure that you're using shampoo and condition that relates to what you need. So if you need strengthening, then you need to be strengthening. If you need moisture, then you need to be moisturizing. But strengthening goes hand in hand with moisture. So both are required. You can't just strengthen, and never moisturize. What product can keep your hair moist besides hair grease? Goddess Hair Repair Serum, Growth Elixir, Leave-In Conditioner. How can I transition from an S-curl to a perm? I don't want curly hair no more. So Mimi, you actually have to let that grow out. That's the only way to do that. The only way that you can possibly do that is to let it grow out. I know because I actually had a Jerry curl. I had an S curl. And I had to let it grow out. What is a styling product to soften natural hair? It depends on what you mean by soften. It depends on exactly what you mean by that. What's the website address to order products? EliteHairCareUSA.com. EliteHairCareUSA.com. If someone can type that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Vivian, can I get a kit of all your products for one price? Yes, it's called the I Want It All kit. That kit is available on there. Can you give me some good hair for kids with dry scalp? Some good hair care products for kids with dry scalp. I only really use, like, they have a product that I used to use on the kids. It's called Taming Tangle. I think Taming Tangle is the name. It's like an orangish color. And it's usually available at Sally's. I actually really like that product. Not because I have my own with me and I don't use anything in the stores. I do. Or I used to, 100%. And that one used to keep my kids' hair feeling really, really good. Compared to any other product in the Sally's, nothing else did that job like that product did. So, Taming Tangle shampoo and conditioner is great. When does your new product come out? All of my new products are out now. The only one that is not on there yet is the hair filler. And the hair filler is for those who have scarred alopecia, scarred areas that don't grow back. It's literally keratin, all natural keratin fibers that you can place in that area to really mask it on a temporary basis. But it's made of 100% keratin and it's 100% natural. So you can build on it. You can make it as dark as you want or as light as you want. And it's not a spray paint. So that will actually be available really, really soon. I literally just got all of the packaging in for it. So I'm really just, now I'm going to just put a launch date and launch it out. Crystal, hi. When I wrap my hair at night, then brush it out the next day, my scalp hurts. Can you give me some idea of what's going on? So Lois, I couldn't really know why your scalp is hurting. Only thing I can think of is maybe you're being a little too aggressive. That's really the only thing I can think of that would make your scalp ache. Or if you're really, really stressed out, the scalp will ache too. But I kind of think you're probably just too aggressive maybe. And maybe that's what's going on, but I don't know for sure. I've heard of stuff like that, but I don't really know a diagnosis to that. What's your opinion on Cantu products for children and toddlers? So I have purchased Cantu for my kids and I hated it. It didn't moisturize them, but that's my opinion. So I feel like it really did not add any moisture to their hair. It didn't do much of anything for me. Hold on 1 second, guys. Lord, I don't like nothing to fly in my damn face. Alright, let's see here. Hold on, guys. Okay, let's see. Hey, thanks for the Q&A. Do you feel like henna is helpful? as far as mask and glosses. Henna to a hairstylist is horrible. Henna to a person might be great, but it's very hard to go backwards from henna because of what it's made of. I wouldn't recommend henna, but if you don't have a choice, you do what you have to do. But me personally, I don't like henna, and it also has a very, we call it, it can give you hot roots because it's always a very warm shade. It's a warm undertone. What are you having for dinner? I'm making brown stew chicken. Does an infant need hair care regimen? Absolutely not. So infants don't really need a hair care regimen. Reason being is their hair is going to change 900 times, and you can hinder that process. I was literally just talking about that. You can hinder that process. So I wouldn't do too much for an infant because their hair is going to change in less than a year. Then their hair is going to change again in another year. It could change within the mid-months. So I just keep it simple. Don't really mess with it too much. You're welcome. My hair is thinning in the top. I have natural hair. I have issues with my thyroid. Help me reverse it with your products. Any suggestions? So it depends on why it's thinning in the top. If it has anything to do with your thyroid, that's number one. Number two, what have you been doing to cause it to thin as well? Because you're sometimes the culprit to it too. Not saying that you 100% made it that way, but you possibly were the culprit to that. And then number three, I can't really say what products to use because now I have a whole arsenal, but I can tell you that my number one go-to for any and almost everything is the Goddess Hair Repair Serum first. And then you need to determine if your hair is lacking moisture or strength. And then that'll tell you which direction to go with shampoo and conditioner. But if you give me a little more detail, I might be able to help. I have wasteland hair. When I silk out my hair, it becomes so heavy. Ponytails have weakened or wreaked havoc on my hairline. Which of your products would you recommend to get these edges back? Goddess Hair Repair Serum all day. All day. But keep in mind, you have to stop doing what you've been doing before. That's the only way that's going to work. That's the only way that's going to work. Hold on, I'm going to come back and read some questions in just a second. Okay. Will you be discussing hair types like 4A, 4B, etc. on the webinar? I'm going to be very honest. The hair type is not what matters when it comes on to the hair care. It's the hair texture, the hair porosity. Those actually tell you way more than just hair type. Hair type isn't really where the categorizing comes. Your hair type is just your hair type, whether you're 4B, 4A, 4C, 3B, 3A, 3C. Yes, that does take some effect, but the biggest part of it is the porosity, which is what we'll talk about a lot, because porosity actually tells you more than just hair texture or hair type. Porosity tells you where you are on the scale in regards to product, and it also tells you what the hair is lacking from the inside instead of just the outside. You're looking at the outside, and I'm not just saying you, but I'm speaking in general. You're looking at the outside where you're saying, oh yeah, I'm a 4A, a 4B, 4C. Yeah, that'll tell you if you need waters, oils, or creams, but it's not going to tell you if you're lacking moisture, if you need a strengthening oil, you need a strengthening mask or whatever. You need a moisturizing mask, or maybe you need to stay away from moisture. So that's what we'll be talking about during the webinar. I won't be homing in so much on hair texture and type. I do have a segment for that, but it's only going to be a very short segment because that's not the meat and potatoes to hair care. The meat and potatoes to hair care is knowing what products that hair is seeking and lacking. And you might be giving it the opposite because of your hair texture and what they told you that your hair texture needs instead of what your hair needs internally. So we're going to really get into the meat and potatoes on that, guys. I'm telling you, it's 3 straight hours, and it's not like my YouTube Q&As where, you know, you hope somebody asks that question. I'm literally taking all of the questions that I get the most, and I'm making them into real topics because I see that this is something that is very common and everyone's lacking that information and how to fix those areas. So that's what I'm going to be teaching and really homing in on, and I'm making sure that everybody walks away so over full from this webinar. Your brain probably is just on overdrive, like, oh my gosh, okay, oh, okay, oh man, I'm not, oh yeah. That's the goal of my webinar, to literally give you all of me in 3 hours. I can talk forever, but I'm going to limit myself to 3 hours. It's lacking strength and moisture. Okay, so if it's lacking strength and moisture, I'm assuming you don't know what your porosity is, which is literally what I just said. Do you know what your porosity is when you say it's lacking strength and moisture? Who said that again? Let me call you by name. Tion, you asked that question. Do you know what your porosity is? Hey, Octavia. In the meantime, I'll look at some more questions. Hair care regimen for damaged leave out. Any protective styles you recommend? I won't be putting any more weaves. So if your hair is damaged from actual leave out, then that's probably your problem. You need to just stop doing protective styles for a while. Me saying, oh yeah, don't worry about the leave out, go ahead and put some braids in. So guess what? Now you in turn don't have any edges. Same thing. You're going to be in the same circle. So I'm going to be real honest. If you have the ability to wear your hair out, wear it out. Pay your hair the same respect that you'll pay for those weaves. The amount of money that you're paying for weaves, you can be paying somebody to take care of your hair every 2 weeks. Let's not make any excuses, people. We're going to be talking about all that too. So for those of you who want to join on to the webinar or register for the webinar, you'll go to my website, elitehaircareusa.com, and it's $47 for the first 50 people. After that, it's $67. So you can choose to sit or you can be proactive. Tion, no ma'am. So Tion, you definitely need to see what your porosity is. And that's going to tell you if you're really lacking strength or moisture, because that's very important. Sometimes you think you're lacking strength and moisture when you're really just lacking one, but the hair is brittle because it's dry. Or you're lacking strength, and because you're over strengthening, now it's even more dry, and you're lacking the moisture because you didn't put any moisture to balance it out. So that has a lot to do with it. So I definitely do a porosity test. Hey, what's that noise? Where's Christian? How do I do that? So I have a video on my channel about doing a porosity test. Definitely go and watch that video, and that video will give you some insight to see how you do a porosity test. I have all of your hair products except exfoliating treatments. Do you think I need it too? So Sunday school, the only way to know if you need the exfoliating treatment, and I'll tell you how you know when you need an exfoliation treatment. Another topic we'll be talking about on the 20th. So exfoliation treatments are good for those who your head is always itchy, like myself. It's also good for those where your scalp always seems to be inflamed. Inflammation also goes with itching. It also goes with tenderness. It goes with a lot of different things, right? So that's what inflammation goes to, right? Also, if you have dermatitis, psoriasis, that kind of thing, most people know it as dandruff, dry scalp. It's definitely great for those as well. That's when you know if you need to exfoliate. That's when you know. What can I do for shedding? It depends on why you're shedding. I'm cooking brown stew chicken and we're eating cabbage and carrots. We're trying to cut back on the amount of starch. And I'm not going to say carbs because even carrots have carbs. But we're cutting back on the amount of starch that we're eating. So we're not eating any rice, pasta, or bread. We haven't done it in about a month. Do you recommend, what do you recommend for covering grays if you're allergic to PPD and hair color? There's some hair colors out there that doesn't contain PPD. You definitely have to go and look for them though. And then most of them that don't contain PPD are typically permanent colors, but you might be able to Google and find one or two that do not contain PPD. But you'd have to Google it and then kind of see which one works for you. When will your new shampoo and conditioner be back in stock? I have them actually. I just haven't updated the stock yet because I want to make sure that Vivian, who is the shipping assistant, has everything else out, which I know we're not behind in orders other than this weekend's orders. So outside of that, everything else has gone out. And excluding anything that was ordered during the pre-sale, some of those started going out today, and then the rest will go out Wednesday. So some of the pre-sale orders have already began going out, and then we have more going out on Wednesday. You like brown stew chicken? Yeah, I'm cooking it right now. Yeah, I'll bring you guys on over. You want some, but you can't cook it. You know how I learned how to cook? By burning up food and getting my butt whooped. That's how I learned how to cook. I burnt up the chicken like 2 times and my mom beat me so bad. Man, my aunt came all the way over to show me how to cook it, and I couldn't leave the kitchen until I cooked it right. That's how I learned to that's how I got my passion for even cooking, by getting my butt whooped. That's crazy, right? Will we get a shipping notification? Absolutely, you will. If you haven't already gotten one, that means that you're next in line. I don't have that many pre-orders for the shampoo and condition because Can you guys see me? Octavia, can you see me? Okay. Carolyn, come back in. Go out and come back in. Okay, good. Everybody can see me, right? Sorry guys, when I get a call, I can't. It just cuts you right off. It's not on purpose, I promise. But I'm not gonna stay on here long, so if you have any more hair care questions, go ahead and type them in. Go ahead and type in your hair care questions. And I'll try my best to answer as many as I can before I get off. Only because I'm trying to cook at the same time. Thank you. Precious, go out and come back in. How often should you use your strength shampoo and conditioner? So strength is something that you have to alternate back and forth on. It's not something that you want to overdo because it'll dry the hair out. So with strength, if you're going to do strengthening, typically you don't want to do it more than like once or twice in a 6-week period. Mimi, I'm going to be quite honest. Not really. You can't really strip it out. You have to let it grow out. No matter even if you dry it out, the hair will break off because it needs it. So you have to let it grow out. A lot of times, like what I did, I got braids. And then from braids, I just had to go back and forth with protective styles, which it kind of can hinder the process too. But that's your only real way of getting it out. It has to grow out because it's like a relaxer. You did a relaxer, now you want to go natural. You got to grow it out. You're natural, you want to go relax, you got to relax the whole thing. So that's how it works. My hair is thin, it's hereditary, so I wear wigs. How long is it too long to wear a wig? I wash and deep condition once a week. If you wash and deep condition once a week, that means that you're doing it right. You're not trying to wear it for longevity, so you're doing the right thing. Suggestions for creamy styling product. My hair soft and curly. I can also get my hair wrapped too with Jane Carter. I don't know what Jane Carter is, Precious. I mean, if you're just trying to get a curl definer, Athena or Tina is a good line. It's in a yellow squeeze bottle, but it's like $19 for this little squeeze bottle, but I think it's nice. Should you still deep condition after doing a co-wash? No. If you're doing a co-wash, then why are you conditioning? No, co-wash is co-wash. If you're doing a wash day, then you deep condition. You don't co-wash and then condition on top of dirty hair, because co-washing is like rubbing lotion on your skin and bathing in lotion. Are you going to have a 25% off sale soon? I need a shampoo and conditioner and your goddess serum. I'm not really sure, Melissa, but I can tell you now, if you're waiting on a sale to purchase to take care of your hair, I probably wouldn't do that. You just get it when you need it. And sales are typically, they drop in. The only sale that I'm going to pre-advertise is the customer appreciation sale and Black Friday. Other than that, sales just drop randomly. Thank you. I think you're wonderful. Thank you, Simone. Jane Carter's wrap foam. Oh, okay. Wrap foam can sometimes be really drying too. It can sometimes dry it out. I want you to know how awesome you are. Thank you, Pamela. My shedding is from low vitamin D. So Donna, most African Americans are deficient in vitamin D, just so you know. Vitamin D affects the calcium. So while it may affect your hair, I have low vitamin D. Almost every African American is low on vitamin D because we don't like the sun. That's where you get vitamin D from. Neither does your hair, by the way. I know I made a mistake. I permed my hair after 7 years. I did buy your products, but my hair is so hard after washing and conditioning. So you might have overprocessed it if it's that hard, Leah. You might have definitely overprocessed it. I would definitely suggest, and I'm going to say it again now, for those of you who have a lot of questions about your hair, I will be addressing majority of these questions during the webinar, because I know that maybe one out of the 2,700 questions that I get is going to be one of the questions that you're going to have. So definitely sign up for the webinar. It's October the 20th, which is literally not even 4 weeks. Not even 4 weeks away. So I definitely sign up for the webinar. Does castor oil really help with regrowing edges? Castor oil helps with everything, even your belly. Castor oil is like holy water to the body. So yes, it will. Just being nosy, what's for dinner? Oh, brown stew chicken and cabbage with carrots. I'm coming, guys. Alex, you okay? Alex? You okay? Trying out your camera.
This one. Mine.
Mm-hmm.
It was focusing because I have a picture of Alex and it focused.
Were you close to Alex?
This one.
Come take my picture.
Sorry.
Don't leave that plugged in there all day, you know.
This one.
Are there any natural deep conditioners that's good for natural hair? I actually have a video on how to make a natural conditioner, so you can watch that to get that information. Go to my channel. You should see it. You shall see it. This one over here got a camera. Would you ever come to Savannah? I keep hearing about Savannah, but I've never been like rushing to go. I'm in Altamont Springs. Take my picture. She's gonna take my picture, y'all. Your camera is like so, It's on?
This one.
Ooh. Poor. Man. Alright, let's see. But why is the flash not coming on?
Because turn off the flash.
Why you turn the flash off? Ain't it on auto? Why you want to turn it off? Oh, you don't like it on auto?
No, it's still on auto.
But you just turn off the flash, so you don't think you need a flash?
Yes, sir.
Well, they said nice camera.
Thank you.
She got it for her birthday. Her 12th birthday. My scalp is damaged. My hair to what you recommend. Depends on why your scalp is damaged. When you say your scalp is damaged, can you elaborate on that one? Please. That sounds like something that might need a dermatologist. So let's see. Christian, leave that door open. Patricia? What did Patricia ask? Oh, can we sign up for the webinar on your website? Yes, Patricia. The website is where you actually sign up. So you'll go to elitehaircareusa.com and go to the shop page. And you'll see the item to sign up for the webinar. So it's $40, and then the $7 is added at the time of the shipping. So that's how you see it's $47. Cat, oh, you and Cat are coming? Okay. That's fine with me. Melissa, I don't know when we're having a sale. They drop randomly. They drop randomly. The only sale that won't drop random is customer appreciation and Black Friday, which you'll know those ahead of time. But sales are random, and if it's something that you need for your hair and you're waiting on the sale, which I understand you gotta wait for your ducats, cool, I get it. But if it's something that you need, you get it when you need it. Don't wait on the sale because it might be gone by the sale. And it might not also be something that's offered during the sale. But you can use code YouTube and save 15%. All right, guys, I'm going to answer 2 more questions and then I'm off to deal with the family. Don't forget the webinar is October the 20th. It is a private live interactive webinar. So it's not going to be on YouTube, nor will it be available for replay. You will have me for 3 hours. And 3 hours is when we'll talk about everything. I hate this. This dress makes me look like Preacher's wife. Damn it. I am African American, and I did a Chinese relaxer that damaged my hair. Girl, you lucky you did. You lucky you had hair left. And now I have thin hair. Yeah, because Chinese relaxers, Chinese and Japanese people have the most coarse hair ever. So theirs is really made to break that hair down. I don't even know what you were thinking by doing that one. How to help with an oily scalp. Oily scalp means that the body is pushing out a lot of oil. So that means that you're lacking oil in the hair. Now, if you're talking oily scalp after a week or 2, that's just natural oils that come out. You just produce a lot more. If you're talking about oil 1 day later, that's a little different. But you can use baking soda as well. I love your dress. Thank you. What can I do for shedding for my hair after braids? It's going to shed after braids because it's been up for quite some time. So you're doing a natural shedding. That's why it's shedding. So allow it to do its thing because you had it covered up and you didn't allow it to shed for all that time that the braids were in. So now you have to go through the natural shedding that could not occur when the braids were in. You'll move to my guest room? Our guest room is our dog's playroom. That's where our dog goes and plays. Where is he? King? Since you mentioned it, I just said the dog, and I'm like, where's my dog? King! And here comes King to make his debut. Come here, boy. Say hi. Say hello. No. It's okay. He can play until it's time for bed. Oh, my neighbor's daughter has extremely oily scalp. That's not, is she African American or she's Caucasian? So I wet my hair every day and use your shrink shampoo and condition contains use the guide serum. Oh, nice. But it'll be a lot where my hair, but it will be a lot to where my hair had broken off on my edges. It broke off on your edges because that area is weak and then you go and put braids. That's actually not so normal, but normal. That's why I tell people be really mindful when it comes on to braiding, because braiding, while it protects, it doesn't always protect. It can take away too. Hey, 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 hello. Can dog just chill? She's Spanish or Puerto Rican. Let me not say Spanish. She's Puerto Rican. So that's common with her hair type. That's common, honestly. So I mean, try some baking soda. That'll kind of help, but that's internal. That's not external. What kind of products do you sell? Ovelia, if you go to elitehaircareusa.com, you'll be able to see all of those different products. What's the best shampoo recommend or I recommend? Honestly, I couldn't tell you over the live because it sounds like you just have a lot going on. That's more like a virtual consult kind of thing. It's hard to tell. Thank you, Octavia. All right, guys, I'm about to go because I need to get my dinner ready, and it's like 8:20 and my kids have not eaten dinner yet, right? So on top of that, don't forget the hair care live webinar is October the 20th. You can go ahead and register now by purchasing your ticket or seat to the webinar. It is live. You can access it from your cell phone, your computer. You can hear it on the phone if you can't see on the webinar. You can use your laptop, tablet, whatever. Anything that allows you to have an internet connection where you can get on. You'll be able to see it that way. The webinar is $47 to the first 50 people. After that, it's $67. So I would highly suggest, if you want to join the webinar, to go and get your seats right now by going to elitehaircareusa.com. Go to the shop page and you'll see the webinar on the shop page. Other things, Boss Babe and Beauty Brunch is October the 12th. So if you are in the Orlando area or the Central Florida area, go ahead and RSVP for that. And what else am I missing? I think that's really it. And then for those of you who want to purchase product, if you use code YouTube, you'll save an additional 15% off of your purchase. It's code YouTube. That does not include kits, and it does not include the webinar, so don't even try. But other than that, guys, you guys be blessed. Have an amazing night, and I'll see everybody hopefully tomorrow. Peace out.